afternoon and welcome to Ma'am Talks. I'm Kathy.
I'm Anna.
I'm Jan.
And today we're going to be discussing ways that we relieve the stress of getting older. There's a lot of stress in our life. We just
there
went through
is.
retirement. That was a very stressful time, and it's a big life change. And we were talking about how do we do it? How do we get over our little bumps of stress? And remember, stress is it's one of the ways that we age the fastest.
Absolutely. And everyone's stress is different. You know, I might stress over something that someone would say, forget it, that's just a little worry. But when I get really stressed, I still think that one of the best ways that I get relief is I talk to friends. Because I'm usually stressing about something like getting older or, you know, what my face looks like or my body. And I talk to friends and
First
then we laugh.
world problems.
But then we laugh about it. But you know, really, when you start to, you know, get dressed in the morning and you look in the mirror and you haven't put on your makeup, and those are little stresses, but they sometimes can really get to me sometimes. So I'm not talking super serious stuff. I'm just talking about stuff that's kind of, you know, wake up and that's the first thing that happens.
Well, and we always stress about our families. Anything our kids are feeling,
Oh, absolutely.
we feel 100 times over. So it's good to. I find the best thing that I've learned just recently, actually, just since retiring, I try to take a deep breath and really think about what I'm stressing over. Because 9 times out of 10, it's not worth stressing over.
Right.
In fact, I'm going to, I found locally here a class that's offered by the hospital. It's called Mindfulness.
Ooh.
And I'm going to sign up. I think it would be an excellent way to learn how to deal with stress.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I have a little technique, and I've had this for ages and ages, and it's really the way that got me through the most difficult times of life, the most difficult times at work, and I schedule my worry. So let's say that I'm freaking out because I found a new wrinkle. You know, that's a trivial example, but you know, really we stress about much more serious things. But let's say it's about a new wrinkle. I tell myself, oh, okay, I'll worry about it. Let me see, 7 p.m. At 7 p.m., I give myself permission to look at my wrinkle, talk to myself about my wrinkle, discuss my wrinkle, and come to terms with my wrinkle.
I like it.
Well, what happens is that at this stage of the game, 7 o'clock comes and goes, and I forgot. And so by the time I remember, and sometimes I even say to myself, what did I have to think about? What was I worrying about that I have to, you know,
That you
go
scheduled,
through?
yeah.
But I have good news for you, because if you are remembering one wrinkle, you must not have very many.
Well, thank you.
Wow, okay.
That's a positive way of looking at it.
But really, I mean, like, I know the stuff we were talking about, some of it sounds silly and trivial, but some of the bigger stresses, I try to just check it out. Like, am I just making this, like, running with it kind of stuff? Like, I you know, when my daughter doesn't answer the phone, and all of a sudden, why isn't she answering? What's going? And then I start working up to a whole scenario, which is never the scenario that's going on.
And
Gotta check in.
Sometimes you just have to accept what the stress is. Like, I look at wrinkles once in a while and I say to myself, well, it is what it is. So you have
Yes,
to
it's
accept
very
it.
important to identify what it is exactly you're stressing about.
Yes.
Because we'll say, oh my God, you know, the channel remote is not working, but that's not really what's stressing us out. What's stressing us out is the fact that we've had a difficult month financially. Oh my God, am I going to have to buy a new remote?
No,
That's-
the new stress, the real stress is when your internet's down.
Oh,
That's
yes. She just went through
that's
that.
the
Or,
real stress.
like, I left my phone 2 counties over for
Yeah.
3 days. I didn't have a phone. That was stressful.
Yes.
And
But-
it wasn't. In the end, it wasn't.
They're just things that we tend to just go run with, and get way overboard on how we react to it. And I think that really how we react to it will really determine how our stress level is. You know, be more accepting of things.
Exactly.
All around.
It helps to watch the news because although you hear about these horrible things, it really puts life in perspective. It's like, really, I have a safe home. My dad's alive. My kids are doing well. I've got great friends. Really, Anna, you're going to stress? Come
Right,
on.
right,
So
right.
it put things in perspective.
Yep, it
That's
does.
true.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Don't forget to press those like and share buttons.
And subscribe to Ma'am Talks.
And remember, embrace getting older. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.